The next morning, Ada took Sungmin to see Mr. Chen, a 70-year-old Chinese-Nigerian craftsman who had been carving jade in Lagos for 40 years. His shop was hidden between fabric vendors and electronic stalls, the kind of place one could easily overlook unless they knew exactly where to go. Inside, the air smelled of incense and old wood, the scent of time and patience. Mr. Chen examined the jade pendant through his jeweler's loupe, humming softly as he turned it in his wrinkled hands. Qing Dynasty style, he said in Mandarin-accented English. Very old. Very valuable. Where did you get this? Family heirloom, Sungmin lied. The old man peered at him over his glasses. Family heirloom that Korean boy brings to Nigerian market at dawn with nurse girlfriend and desperate eyes? He chuckled, shaking his head. I've been in Lagos 40 years, son. I know trouble when I see it. Ada and Sungmin exchanged uneasy glances. Can you copy it? Sungmin asked. Copy, yes. But these markings, he pointed to the micro-etchings along the edge of the jade. These are not decoration. These are information. Very precise. Very important. You want copy with or without? Without. The pendant should look identical, but the markings should be different. Random. Mr. Chen's eyes narrowed. You're making a fake to trade for real. Dangerous game. Can you do it or not? He studied Sungmin for a long moment. 3 days. Cost you 500,000 naira. I'll pay double. I need it tomorrow. Impossible. 1 million naira. Tomorrow evening. Mr. Chen glanced at the cash Ada pulled from her purse, her savings, money she was risking for him. Tomorrow evening, he agreed finally. But if police come asking, I never saw you. Deal. Later that afternoon, Sungmin returned to the Venom. Chidi's men surrounded him as soon as he stepped through the club's doors, weapons drawn. Easy, Sungmin said, raising his hands. I'm here to talk to your boss. They brought him to the VIP section, where Chidi sat counting stacks of money, gold chains glinting under the neon lights. He didn't look up when he spoke. 48 hours isn't up yet, Blade. I know, Sungmin said, but I have an answer. Chidi finally looked up, curiosity flickering in his eyes. And, I'll help you with a Korean shipment. 1 job. Then we're done. That's not how this. 1 job, Sungmin repeated firmly. I give you intelligence on the Korean operation, help you intercept the shipment, make sure your people don't die. In return, you leave me and Ada alone. Forever. Chidi leaned back, his smile sharp and calculating. And if I say no? Then kill me now, Sungmin said. Because I won't be your slave. I've been someone's weapon before. Never again. For a long moment, silence stretched between them. Then Chidi's grin widened. You've got balls, I'll give you that. Most men beg. You negotiate. Do we have a deal? 1 job. But it has to be perfect. If my men die because of bad intel, if this goes wrong, I don't just kill you, I kill everyone you care about. Including my sister. Sungmin's blood ran cold. You'd kill your own sister? Family is everything to me, Blade, Chidi said calmly. But respect is more important than blood. Cross me, and I'll make an example Lagos never forgets. Sungmin believed him. When is the shipment? He asked. Next week. Tuesday night. Apapa docks. Container ship from Busan. Busan. Black Dragon territory. Sungmin's gut twisted. This wasn't a random Korean syndicate. This was his past, coming for him. What's wrong? Chidi asked, catching the flicker of fear in his eyes. Nothing. I'll need details, shipping manifests, container numbers, schedules. Kwame will provide everything. Chidi stood and extended his hand. 1 job. Then you're free. Sungmin shook it, sealing the deal with the devil. 3 blocks away, in a rented Toyota, Mr. Kwan sat watching Sungmin's garage through a telephoto lens. Beside him, Jung scribbled notes in a leather-bound journal. Subject returned to shop at 14:47 hours, Jung said. No visible injuries. Previous night, spent 4 hours at nightclub called the Venom. Left with African female, approximately late 20s. Kwan studied the photos. The woman. Who is she? Lee, the youngest of the trio, tapped his tablet. Ada Okafor. Nurse at Lagos General Hospital. Age 28. No criminal record. But her brother is Chidi Okafor, head of the Scorpions gang. Interesting, Kwan murmured. Park Sungmin has found himself new allies. Or new enemies, Jung added. Kwan smiled faintly. Either way, he's made connections. That makes him vulnerable. He pointed at Ada's picture. We take her. Use her as leverage. Sungmin gives us the pendant, or we send her back to her brother in pieces. When? Lee asked.
Soon.
But first, we send a message. Let him know we're here. Let the fear build. That night, as Sungmin closed up his shop, he noticed a white envelope slipped under the door. No markings. No address. His heart pounded as he tore it open. Inside was a photo, himself, taken earlier that day, walking to Mr. Chen's shop. The angle was professional. Surveillance grade. On the back, written in Korean. We've found you, Blade. Chairman Jang sends his regards. You have something that belongs to us. Return it, and your death will be quick. Run again, and everyone you love dies slowly. We're watching. Always watching. Beneath the message was a phone number. Sungmin's pulse quickened. They were here, in Lagos, hunting him. His instinct screamed to run, grab the pendant, disappear into the interior, vanish into the chaos of Africa. But then he thought of Ada, of Emeka, of the fragile life he had built. Running wouldn't save them. It would only make them targets. He picked up his phone and dialed the number. It rang twice. Hello, Sungmin, came a voice in Korean.
Smooth. Cold.
Familiar. It's been a long time. Mr. Kwon, Sungmin said. You remember me. I'm touched. What do you want? You know what we want. The pendant. Return it, come back to Seoul, face Chairman Jang's judgment. Or refuse, and watch everyone around you die. I need time. You've had 6 months. No more time. 1 week. I need to arrange things. Kwon paused, then said, 3 days. Tuesday night. Apapa docks. Midnight. Bring the pendant. Come alone. Sungmin froze. Tuesday night, the same time and place as Chidi's operation. How do I know you won't kill me anyway? He asked. You don't, Kwon replied. But you know what happens if you don't show. Do you want to test me? Sungmin looked at the photo again. Ada's face was faintly visible in the background.
Tuesday, he said.
Midnight. I'll be there. Smart choice. And Sungmin? Don't bring friends. We've been watching The Gangster's Sister. Pretty girl. Would be a shame if something happened to her. The line went dead. Sungmin stood alone in the darkened shop, his mind racing. In 3 days, he would have to face Mr. Kwon and the Black Dragon enforcers, Chidi and the Scorpions, and the ghosts of his own past, all converging on the same docks. He went straight to Ada's apartment. She opened the door in her hospital scrubs, exhaustion etched into her face. Sungmin? What's wrong? They're here. The Black Dragon Gang. In Lagos. Her face went pale. How do you know? He showed her the photo and note. Her hands trembled as she read. What are we going to do? I have a plan, he said. But it's dangerous. I need you to trust me completely. Tell me. He explained about the fake pendant and his plan to exchange it for the real one at the docks. But what about Chidi? She asked. His shipment is the same night, same place. I know, he said. Maybe that's the solution.
Chaos.
If they fight each other, we can use it to escape. That's insane. You have a better idea? She didn't. Sungmin took out the real pendant. Before any of this happens, I need to understand what I'm really holding. Ada photographed the etchings, enhanced the images, and frowned. These look like bank routing numbers, coordinates, and crypto wallet addresses. She stared at him. Sungmin, this pendant isn't just valuable, it's access. Billions. The Black Dragon's entire fortune. Sungmin held the pendant tighter. No wonder Jang wanted it back. If we decode this completely, Ada said, you could take everything from them. Or they could take everything from us, he replied. What do you want to do? He thought of Miho, of revenge, of freedom. I want them to hurt the way they hurt me. But more than that, I want us to be free. Can we do both? Maybe. If we're smart. If we're lucky. He cupped her face. And if you're willing to risk everything. I already am, she whispered. They made love like it might be the last time. Afterward, Ada whispered in the dark. Promise me we survive this. Promise me we get our chance at normal. I promise to fight like hell, he said. To do everything I can. That's good enough. But Sungmin stayed awake, planning, as she drifted to sleep. The next day, he picked up the fake pendant from Mr. Chen. It was flawless. After paying, he visited Emeka's family, leaving money for the boys' school fees. At his shop, he looked around one last time. For 6 months, he had been more than the Blade. He had been Sungmin. That evening, Chidi called. Tomorrow night. My men meet you at the docks. Don't make me regret trusting you. After hanging up, Sungmin and Ada reviewed the plan one last time. She would call the police with an anonymous tip to trigger chaos at midnight. When you hear sirens, he said, you run. I'm not leaving you, she said. Together, then. They spent that night watching the Lagos skyline. What happens after? Ada asked softly. If we survive, we disappear. Maybe Tokyo. You'd want me to come? I'd want you wherever I go. Ask me again after tomorrow, she said. If we're still alive. As dawn broke, he couldn't shake the feeling that some goodbyes were meant to last forever. Tuesday came. The day dragged on endlessly. By nightfall, every breath felt like borrowed time. At the docks, the air was heavy with salt and tension. Cranes loomed over stacked containers, the shadows deep and watchful. Somewhere in that darkness, three forces converged. Chidi Scorpions, Mr. Kwan's assassins, and Sungmin himself, with a fake pendant and one last chance at freedom. Ada squeezed his hand. Whatever happens. I know. Mo knife free. Mo knife free, she whispered back. They stepped out of the car and walked into the darkness. Behind them, Lagos glittered with innocent light. Ahead, the docks waited like an open grave. The container yard at Apapa docks was a maze of shadows and steel. The sound of water lapping against the pier mixed with the distant hum of the city. Sungmin's heartbeat thundered in his ears. Chidi's men were already in position, scattered among the containers, weapons ready, waiting for the Korean shipment. Kwame was stationed on a rooftop with a sniper rifle. Where's your brother? Sungmin asked Ada. Center position. Commanding from the middle, she whispered, pointing to a cluster of containers. Sungmin, I need to warn him. About the Black Dragon gang. He doesn't know. Not yet, Sungmin cut in. Wait until Kwan shows himself. If Chidi knows too early, he might do something stupid. And what you're doing isn't stupid? Fair point. His phone buzzed, a Korean number. We're here, came Kwan's voice. Where are you? South entrance. Container row E. Come alone. Walk to the pier. Hands visible. He looked at Ada. Stay hidden. When the shooting starts. I know, she said. Run and call the police. Promise me. She kissed him hard. Come back to me. Then she slipped into the shadows. Sungmin walked toward the pier, hands raised, the fake pendant hanging visibly around his neck. Mr. Kwan stepped out from behind a container, flanked by Young and Lee. They looked exactly as he remembered professional, cold, efficient killers. Sungmin, Kwan said in Korean. You look well. Lagos has been kind to you. Skip the pleasantries. You want the pendant? Here. Sungmin reached for it. Not so fast. First we talk. Kwan gestured, and Young pulled out a tablet. Chairman Jang wants to see you. The screen flickered. Jang's ancient face appeared, eyes like chips of ice. Traitor, he said simply. Murderer, Sungmin replied. You killed your brothers. Stole from your family. For what? For revenge over a weak boy who couldn't follow orders. Sungmin's fists clenched. His name was Miho, and he had more honor in his little finger than you have in your entire miserable life. Jang smiled coldly. That honor got him killed. Just like yours will kill you. Mr. Kwan, verify the pendant. Then execute him. Slowly. Kwan took the pendant, examined it carefully, with a jeweler's loupe. Sungmin's heart stopped. Would Mr. Chen's forgery hold? Kwan studied the etchings, compared them to something on his phone, probably reference photos of the real pendant. The markings match the records, he said finally. This is authentic. Sungmin exhaled in relief. Kwan held up the tablet so Jang could see. The old man's face showed satisfaction. Good. Now kill. A gunshot cracked through the night. Young's head snapped back. He dropped instantly. Chaos exploded. Gunfire erupted from every direction as Chidi's voice boomed through the darkness. Scorpions. Take them all. Kwan and Lee dove for cover. Sungmin rolled behind a container as bullets sparked off metal around him. It's a trap. Lee shouted in Korean. No. Sungmin yelled back. Different gang. They're here for the shipment. But no one was listening. The docks had become a war zone. Scorpions poured out from hiding, automatic weapons blazing. Kwan's team returned fire with brutal precision. 2 scorpions dropped. Then Lee took a bullet to the shoulder. The fake pendant slipped from Kwan's hand during the chaos. Sungmin crawled through gunfire, grabbed it, and shoved it into his pocket. Let them think they'd lost it in the confusion. Through the smoke, he spotted Ada crouched behind a forklift, safe but trapped by crossfire. A massive engine roared. A container truck carrying the Korean shipment tried to reverse, but Chidi's men had already blocked the exit. Secure that truck, Chidi's voice commanded. Now it was a 3-way war. Scorpions trying to hijack the drugs, Kwan's team protecting them, and Sungmin fighting just to reach Ada. He moved through the chaos, taking down a scorpion who crossed his path. Disarm, strike, move. The old instincts were back, unwanted but necessary. An explosion rocked the docks. Containers toppled like dominoes. Through the haze, Sungmin saw Chidi battling 3 of Kwan's men at once. Brutal, efficient, unstoppable. But Lee, bleeding but alive, was circling behind him with his weapon raised. Chidi! Ada screamed. Chidi turned too late. 3 gunshots rang out. Chidi stumbled, clutched his chest, and fell. No! Ada's scream ripped through the night as she ran into the open. Sungmin reached her just as Chidi collapsed into her arms. Chidi, stay with me, she cried, tears streaking her face. Blood poured from 3 wounds in his chest. Chidi looked at her weakly, trying to smile. Baby sister, don't talk. You'll be fine. We'll get you to a hospital. No, I won't. He coughed, blood on his lips. I'm sorry. For everything. For dragging you into this life. You saved me, Chidi. After Mom and Dad died, you saved me. You deserved better. Better than a criminal for a brother. His eyes found Sungmin. You take care of her. Protect her. I will, Sungmin promised. I swear it. Good. Chidi reached up, touched Ada's face. Be happy, Ada. Be better than me. Live a good life. Chidi, please, she sobbed. Please don't leave me. I love you, baby sister. Always remember that. His hand slipped from her cheek. His eyes went still. Ada's scream was raw and inhuman, echoing across the docks. Police sirens wailed in the distance. Her anonymous call finally answered. Kwan grabbed what he thought was the real pendant from the ground. The fake Sungmin had planted, and retreated with his surviving men. Ada, we have to go. Sungmin shouted. I can't leave him. He's gone. If we stay, we die too. He pulled her up. He died protecting you. Don't make it meaningless. She fought him, screaming, but he carried her away through the smoke and chaos. They scaled the fence just as police swarmed the docks. Gunfire and shouting faded behind them as they ran through the Lagos streets. By the time they reached a small hotel in Yalba, Ada was trembling, broken. She collapsed on the bed, sobbing uncontrollably. He's gone, she whispered. Chidi's really gone. Sungmin held her all night. He said nothing because there was nothing to say. When morning came, she had cried herself to sleep. He watched her, his heart heavy. Then, he made his decision. He couldn't stay. Kwan was still out there. The Scorpions might seek revenge. The police would investigate. And Ada needed time to grieve, not the danger his presence brought. He wrote her a letter with trembling hands. Ada, by the time you read this, I'll be gone. Not because I don't love you, I do, but because staying puts you in danger. Kwan thinks he has the real pendant, but he doesn't. The codes, the access, everything is still with me. They'll keep hunting me. And anyone near me becomes a target. Your brother died protecting you. I won't let his sacrifice be wasted. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to destroy the Black Dragon gang from the inside out. But you must live, grieve, heal, be who you were meant to be. Be the nurse who saves lives. Leave this world behind. If I survive, I'll come back for you. M.O. knife-free. Always. S. He left the note and most of his remaining cash on the nightstand, kissed her forehead, and memorized her face before walking away from the only person who'd made him feel human in years. A week later, rain fell softly on Chidi's casket as it was lowered into the earth. Ada stood in black, hollow and numb. Hundreds came, scorpions, neighbors, even rivals. Kwame approached her, eyes red. Boss, Ada. Chidi left everything to you. The clubs, the businesses, the territory. What do you want us to do? She stared at her brother's grave. Burn it. All of it. What? Sell the legitimate businesses, give the money to charity and the families of our men. Shut down the clubs. Disband the scorpions. My brother died for this life. That's enough. But Ada? No buts. It's over. The scorpions die with my brother. When everyone left, she stood alone before the grave. I miss you, she whispered. Every minute.
You were all I had.
And now, she thought of Sungmin, how he'd vanished that night. No goodbye.
Just gone.
Was he dead?
Arrested?
Had he abandoned her?
She didn't know.
Not knowing hurt worse than any answer. I hope you're at peace, brother. I hope Mom and Dad are with you. I hope I can be as strong as you wanted me to be. Later that evening, she returned to her apartment, the rain still falling. On her doorstep lay a small brown envelope with no markings. Inside was a plane ticket to Tokyo, departing in 3 days, and a folded note. She unfolded it, and tears filled her eyes. Trust me one more time. Tokyo. 3 days. Gate 47, Japan Airlines. I'll be waiting.
S.
Ada sank to the floor, clutching the ticket to her chest. He was alive. He'd survived. And he was waiting for her. She looked toward the city, the life she was leaving behind. Then at the ticket in her hand. It was a choice. The hardest she'd ever faced. Stay in Lagos with her grief and memories. Or fly toward an unknown future with the man who had brought both love and chaos into her life. Which should she choose? If you made it this far, you're part of the story. Would you leave everything behind for love? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more unforgettable stories.